I couldn't have written a better speech myself, Lee. Thank you. When I was asked by Noel to be here tonight, I said, why? Then I thought about it, and it's the passion I share with my wife for education. She's been very actively involved in the inner cities of New York, helping individuals go from grammar school to high school to college, and we want to give back to society as best as we can. And that's why we did that. I then found out that Jack DeJoy was going to be honored, and I said, oh my goodness, this is great, because we got a senior at Georgetown. She's in Ghana working in the backcountry, just in case she has problems. We may need a little help to move her out and graduate. Then I really got very disappointed, because I'm a New Yorker, as you heard from Lee. I'm a passionate Knick fan, and Georgetown did something very awful. They graduated as individual with a number 55 that went to the Indiana Pacers. Roy Hibbert was very instrumental in defeating the Knicks in the playoffs. So, Jack, I may have said no as a result of that, but it was very late at that time. As you heard, I was on the Winston Churchill Foundation Board. We take the best and brightest of American students and bring them to the Churchill School at Cambridge, and they are 4+ in sciences, math, English, physics, and so on. And to quote Winston, it's not very complicated. We make a living by what we do, but we make a life by what we give, and that is important to all of us. Lee is one of the most generous people that you will ever meet, and he has been terrific to education, and I'm just trying to follow in his footsteps. So Lee, you're a great leader, and I just want to be in your shadow. But my own experience in growing up in the Bronx was not complicated, and that is give back to what you got. I got a scholarship to the local high school, to the local college, to the local university, to the local graduate school, and so on. And so we need to give back, and we believe in education as a result of that. So let me give you a couple of thoughts. But also, I was very fortunate, as many of us, being born in the United States in the 20th century. Very lucky, because we have a rule of law. As screwed up as the system is, and all of the problems that you're reading about, we still are the best of all the poor alternatives. The second thing we have is a free market system. Again, you can look back in the last 7 or 8 years in terms of the way capital was allocated by Wall Street, but we think among all the bad choices, we still have the best. And then finally, we have meritocracy. How could someone like myself, whose parents never got past the 6th grade, or didn't have an option of going past the 6th grade, get into a position like this, except in an institute and a country in which meritocracy is pervasive? But the underpinning of meritocracy is education. So that's why we're here today, and that's why I'm privileged to be part of this. Meritocracy and education, but to make a great university like Georgetown, to make a great university like many of us attended, all of us attended in some fashion, requires a simple thing: faculty. I'm told there are 40 individuals in this room that are members of the faculty because of what we do here at FPA. And we all should commend them and thank them for what they do. As Henry Adams said, you don't, well, let's stand up if you're here. You know, as Henry Adams says, a teacher affects eternity. You can never tell where his influence ends. The second thing you need, and you congratulate universities like Georgetown for raising the capital, because they need facilities. Things do age, except for those in this room, and they do need to be helped. So congratulations to Georgetown and your team for the current campaign that you just concluded. The third thing you need is obviously, in addition to facilities, is the financing, and that's what individuals like myself and Lee and others in this room give back. And together we are going to continue on a global basis to create this great society for the benefit of all mankind. So to finish up, it's very uncomplicated. To quote Winston Churchill again, he said, look, there's several things that's very hard to do. Number one is to climb a wall leaning against you. Number two is very hard to kiss a woman that's leaning away from you. And number three is to talk at dinner. So I'm going to stop here and say thank you for this honor, and thank you for the privilege.